Hi, I'm Tracy from GrizzlieKnits, and this is my knitting podcast, episode number 48. I live in Toronto, Canada with my family, and here I talk about all the things that I've been working on, finishing, and anything to do with yarn. So we have a lot to talk about. It's been a little over 2 weeks. I haven't done as much knitting as I had hoped, which I'm sure is the case for most people. But I still have a lot to show you. So let's just dive in and get started. Finished objects. I have one finished object from last time and then two finished objects from before that I wanted to show you. I wanted to tell you about what I'm wearing. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a knit item, but like Superman, haha. I am wearing the Jessie Maed secret crop top. I have two of them, which I've made. I'll just show you a little bit of it. This one is done in sport yarn, and I wear it so much. Honestly, it is like one of the things that I wear most of my knitting, and I have one in kind of a brown as well. I would love to make 10 more. They are so great. It's such a great pattern, and it's just comfortable and nice, and you just feel like you have a little something special on. Okay, finished objects. So, I was saying that I have one from last time, and as you can probably tell from my thumbnail, it is my cat. This easy cat was very hard for me. It's called the Cute Loaf Cat, and everything I talk about and the designers I'll write underneath in the description box below. I talked a little bit about this last episode, how it's probably very, very easy for someone who is an experienced crocheter or just someone who's better than I, but it took me a long time, but I'm really glad that I finished it. I did it in a chenille from Michael's. I think it's called Comfort Home. Let me see. No, that's the other thing. Okay, when I find it, I will tell you. It's a really nice yarn. I have all these little sticky notes that say everything, but of course, here we are. Cute Loaf Cat by Annie Carraway Art. That is the pattern name. It is a paid for pattern, and the yarn is, I was wrong. Yarn Spinations. Why can't I say that right now? Yarn Spinations Burnette Blanket Yarn in the colorway Beach Foam. So you just keep going round, but you do need to put in these little feet, and the tails where it all fell apart almost. It's not centered, so it's kind of at the side. But you know what? It just gives it charm. This is for my daughter, and I just gave it to her, and she really likes it. She said it reminds her of a bit, what is it? Not a chicken nugget, a tater tot. So this is her little tater tot cat. Anyway, very cute. I got little eyes. I hot glued them in so they can't come out, and then I just did a little nose with some little bit of sock pink yarn. And that is Tater Tot, the cat. Okay, will I be doing them again? Not like a whole, if somebody asks really nicely, I probably would. But like I said, it was a little bit hard. Okay, moving on to knitting. I started two shawls in the summer, or earlier in the summer, and I told you last week that I kind of like cut them short because I was over them. Not because they weren't beautiful and fun. I just needed it to be done. So I made them into shawlettes. So I want to show you them and talk a little bit about them now. So the first one is I just have it back here. It's called the Frieze Shawl by Lisa Haynes. So here it is. And it's a beautiful design, and it's so much fun. All slip stitches. You really do have to pay attention, but I I just made it into a little shawl, which is fine. So I'll probably wear it like, you know, under my coat, just as a little something like that. So I started it, oh, it was in the summer. I started it April and I finished it July. The yarn I used was Feels Like Alpaca, which was deep Stash. Lion brand yarn. I don't know if they make it anymore, in the color Rust. And then from Knit Crate, they're definitely out of business, Audine wool in Chill, and the color is Clouds Are Very, Very Free. So that's it for just a little one, but I still really like it. And the other one that I started and cut short, I think it was just, I was making some mistakes and it was a little bit hard to go back, but it is the Stephen West painted brick shawl. And it turned out really pretty. And can you imagine, this isn't even half of it. So I guess it would be really big. I just thought it's good enough. So again, I'll probably just wear it, you know, like this. Oh, it's nice. I started it, oh, not this summer, February 11th, and I finished it July 30th. The yarn I used, the gray, is from Pearl Soho. It's the linen quill. Even though I'm in Canada, I did get a shipment last year just to try, and unfortunately I love it, which is not good because with the exchange and the shipping and the duties and everything, so just have to go to New York. The other yarn, the colors, is an Advent from Sweet Sparrow Advent 2023. So that was in December. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, just like all Stephen West things are. They're just so engaging. Anyway, so those are a few little finished objects for this week. And then I have a lot of whips. So let's start with the whips that you've seen and where I made some progress. Let's see. Okay, we'll just start easy. We'll ease into the whips. This is my granny square blanket housed in my Jenna Rose beautiful bag. And I talked about this last week. I showed how I am doing a daisy pattern that I got off YouTube, and how I got this off Amazon, and I'm just spritzing it with water to make them a little flatter, which seems to be working really well. Oh, I'm right in the middle of something here. I am using, let me just see, my hook is a 5. And I like hooks where it's flat here. I don't know, I guess it's just the way that I crochet. So last week I was talking about how I'm going to put all these squares together. And I found, let me go on, because I want to tell you. Yes, I found on YouTube, there are so many ways to put your blanket together. I did not want to do join as you go. So I'm just gonna tell you how it's working for me, and then if you want more detail, probably there's many better instructions on YouTube. But this is how it's looking so far. So I'm really happy with it. It is very slow growing, I must say, but that's okay. And how I'm putting it together is, this is called the invisible join. Did I talk about this last week? I kind of feel like I did. Invisible join. Okay, forgive me if I talked about this last week. Where you put 2 together and then you just whip stitch. Oh, sorry, you put 2 together, the right sides in. So your wrong side's out, right sides in, whip stitch it, and then that's it. And you can see it gives it a nice kind of clean look, which I'm happy about. So that is it. I can't say I made a ton of progress, but I did figure that out, so I'm happy about that. And then I maybe did 4 squares. The people who I'm giving this to were staying with us, so I didn't want them to see it, so I couldn't work on it that much, but that's okay. We will continue to work on this. Like I said, it'll be for Christmas. Okay, so, oh, the colors, you know what, I'm not gonna say the colors again. It is yarn from Michaels. It's the Loops and Thread. I'm loving this yarn. It is such great blanket yarn. I talked about it last week, the exact colors if you're interested. Okay, next whip that you've seen, I want to show you my Harvest cardigan by Tin Can Knits. Is coming along really nicely. I did do a bit of progress and work on this. This is what it looks like. Mine will not be looking like this exactly. I have made some modifications, which I'll tell you about. So let me just get, so I can tell you about the yarn. I'm doing a small medium, and the yarn, the burgundy, is the Barocco worsted, this color, like the burgundy color, and the gray is Patton's wool from Michaels in just a gray. It's left over from a vest I made earlier on. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. You guys are so good, and you gave me some great advice about, I was complaining, well, not complaining, but you know, I was talking about, I don't know if I have enough yarn. Like I have to make this work, and I don't think I have enough of this color. So for the sleeves, I was gonna, you know, do 1 stripe and 1 stripe and 1 stripe and kind of grow it like that. And then you guys are so smart and said, just weigh them. Okay, that's a very good idea. So I weighed them, and then I divided them and made sure, you know, they were even. So that worked out. So I still have quite a bit of the body. I want this longer, that's the thing. Usually I make everything so cropped, but I really wanted this sweater a bit longer. So I haven't finished my body yet, because I'm kind of seeing where we're going with the yarn. And here is, you make the collar at the same time, which is really nice. And I finished a sleeve. So there's good and bad news. The good news is I like it. Oh, there's more good news. I learned how to do a jogless stripe when you work in the round. And it is, I think, really nice. This wonderful method on YouTube, she is called Studio Knit, and she shows how to do the jogless stripe, and it is so easy. So I'm just going to tell you quickly, but then you can go and like investigate. You do 1 round with the new color. So let's say I'm changing to burgundy. I do 1 round of burgundy, and then in my second round, I slip stitch my first stitch purlwise, and that's it. And you keep going. So it's super easy to remember, and I think it gives it a really nice look. Bad news, I don't like my cuff. So, like, I'll just show you. You can't really see it great, but okay. So this is how it looks. Well, it's not as bad as I thought, actually. I don't know. I kind of want it a little bit tighter. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it all and then block it and see how I like it. And because I can always undo the cuff, it wouldn't be hard. But you know what? I don't dislike it as much as I did last night. Okay, yeah. So that's the arm. So the other arm is coming along. We're here. and then we're gonna see what to do. Oh, another thing I did change, because the collar is just gartered, the bottom band and the cuffs are gartered. I tried a gartered cuff, I didn't like it. So I just did 1x1 ribbing. I like it better. But we'll have to see with the bottom band how that looks, because it could look a little funny just because all that is garter, and then if it goes into rib, it might look weird or it might not look weird. Stay tuned. Okay, so that's something I've been able to work on and I'm enjoying. What else do we have? Oh, I don't want to show you new things quite yet. Okay, we'll do socks. I'm working on my Scrappy Socks. Now this is from the advent that you saw in the Stephen West shawl. So I have lots of leftovers, and I even have some that I didn't even use yet. So I am making a pair of Scrappy Socks on magic loop, 2 at a time. So I'm right here, I'm really enjoying it, really liking it, but then I had the thought, I am going to make these knee highs. I don't have any knee high socks. I make them kind of lower, but I was wearing a skirt the other day, and it's like such a pretty skirt. It looks so nice in fall, and I thought, you know what? It just looked nice with it, but wouldn't it be cute if I made these really long, like knee high, and then put in my heel? So I'm doing that. So you're gonna see these probably many more times, because that's gonna take me a long time. I'm not tall, but it's still gonna take a long time. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I was down here last time, so it's not bad. These are great for traveling. I've had a lot of travel appointments lately where I've had to do some waiting and things, so this has been amazing. Okay, Scrappy Advent Socks. And then I frogged something. Last week, I showed you the oh, I can't remember what it's called. It was a shawl. It was the only shawl I showed. I don't know, didn't love it. I think it was the colors. The lace part was like, what? Like, it just, I don't know. It was very complicated, unnecessarily complicated. Didn't have the brain power for that. So I'm like, goodbye. And I started another shawl. Is this the shawl? Hold on. Yes, this is the shawl. I had this in my library on Ravelry, so I'm not sure if it's a paid-for pattern or not. I didn't really check. It's called the Atrium Shawl. Looks like this. It's hard to see a little bit, but by Brenda Brayfield. And the nice thing is that it is, it's kind of like interesting because there's like textured stitches, slip stitches, pattern stitches. You need 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn to make the magic happen. Let me get it. I just want to tell you about my yarn. Oh, there it is. I'm using, oh, she says to use a 3.75 millimeter needle, and I'm using a 4. So I'm a bit of a tight knitter, so I always like to go up usually like a tiny bit. Okay, so this is how much I have so far. Not a lot, but I'm really enjoying it. And this cute little progress keeper I won from Noble Character Crafts for the Make 9. So I'll move that up here. So I'm using, the first thing I'm using is this beautiful gray, and I'm finishing up the, oh no, I'm not, no. This is again Pearl Soho when I did that order, and this is their quartz yarn. And it's too bad because I love this too. Ah, it is so beautiful. Oh, it's so soft. It's 65% merino wool, and then the other 35% is Surrey alpaca. Soft, and it just has this like nice bounce to it. Anyway, this is in the, I don't really have a colorway. That's weird. It's in the gray color. And then I'm putting it with, I have the lichen and lace. This was part of a sock train, which I'll tell you about in a sec. And it is called Fogbow. And they're a yarn company out in New Brunswick. So I thought that would be really pretty together. We'll see. I mean, for sure I love this. I have so much gray going on though. I thought maybe I need something else. So I think it'll be okay. So I'm enjoying it so far, and her instructions are different, I have to say. The way she sets up everything, I'm not used to, but once you like take your time and read through it, it's very detailed. So I do like that. And she gives lots of numbers. Like what I mean is, you know, on this row you should have this many, on this row you should have this many. I love that, because I definitely need that. Anyway, I like it. So we'll see where that goes. And okay, I have one more new cast on that I've started that I am quite excited about. I have it in my little Wizard of Oz bag by Longview Creations. Okay, so I came across, now why did I come across this? I don't know. I came across a new Instagram individual. Her name is Teti Lutsak. T-E-T-I-L-U, I'm pretending I can see. Oh no, L-U-T-S-A-K. And I want to say she's from Norway, and her feed was so gorgeous. And then it said she has a YouTube channel, and she's a pattern writer. And guys, I fell in love with her style. She's got a PhD, I think, in botany. So everything is to like, has this like nature plant vibe. It's so nice. Anyway, these are paid for patterns. So I bought the Pacavuk vest, P-A-V-U-K vest. So that's it. So it's a vest with color work. And it has been so long since I've done color work, because, you know, color work takes like brain power. Like you can't just talk and do it. Well, I can't. And you can't just watch shows. Like you have to really concentrate. But I really want this vest. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. So I went up a tiny bit. So she wanted a rib of 3mm needle and the body for 3.25. So I just went a little up, 3.25 for the rib and 3.50 for the body. I started it on August 13th, and this is how much I have so far. Ooh, it looks nice. So this is, I did do a little swatch. Where's my little swatch? Is it here? Is that my little swatch? Yeah. Okay, so I did a little swatch because I was going to do it in a color changing yarn right here. So this was like the beginning of the color changing yarn, which is really pretty. Now I look at it, it's really nice. But I wanted more of a like neutral, like overall look. So I did this. So this color, the light gray, oh, here we are. This is the leftover linen quill from what I was going to use for the Stephen West. So I still have a whole ball, a whole skein and a little bit. So it's called Stonewall Gray. And then with it, I putting a Holst garn, 100% wool, which is not my favorite anymore. I found another Holst yarn that I like much better. I think it's the Coastal. So I just had one of these, but it's, I don't know why. It feels like rough here, but here it's feeling nice. So I don't know. But anyway, I like it. I like how it looks together, and I think it's going to block really nicely. So I'm really excited about this. I wish I could work on it more, but like I said, it's like you need time and you need concentration. So hopefully coming up soon, I'll be able to spend a bit more time on it, but I really like it. I hope this works out because, you know, I haven't done anything from this designer before, and like I'm questioning some things. So I hope I get it, though she has a YouTube channel and she talks about it, which might be really helpful. Because honestly, if this works out, there's like 5 more patterns I want to make of hers. Like, check her out. Oh, so pretty. Okay, those are the whips. That's enough whips. Oh no, there's more. Okay, well, it's like long-term whips. Last week I talked about that, or last podcast I talked about my blankets, and I started all these blankets, and now I have all these blankets to work on. So I just wanted to show you too that I started. And to be honest, I know one you haven't seen, but there's one you may have seen now that I come to think of it. You may have seen this. This is Camper Ray's Cozy Memory Blanket. Did you see this? I don't know. Hey, why not show it again? Oh, it looks pretty. So this is it's so great. I mean, like, so many people have done this, and there's good reason why. It takes me a long time, to be honest, but like, you don't want to rush stuff like this. It's so nice. So I'm just using scrap sock yarn in this cute little basket here. Let me just, it's cute. And I just like working on it. So I've been trying to kind of, not challenge myself, but like keep myself accountable, I guess, putting a stitch marker for every square that I do in a month. And my record's 4. That's not that good, actually, now that I say it out loud. But in August was 1. This little guy, that's all. But I don't care. You know what? As long as I'm enjoying it and it's making me happy, that's all that matters. Okay, I don't think you've seen this, because I guess next time I'll look at the dates when I started these things. I think this was started like February or something. I started the anthology throw by Curious Handmade by, what's her name? Oh my goodness me. Okay, I'll write it down below, but Stewart, not Martha Stewart. No, what's her name? You're probably yelling at your screen what her first name is. Anyway, I don't even have the pattern. Okay, same basket of bits and pieces, and I'm just putting it all in this. So this is it so far. I wasn't gonna do this because I thought, why do I need like a circle throw? But then when I saw finished ones, they're so pretty. And if you don't wanna use it like a blanket, you could put it on the back of a chair or a couch, and it's just pretty. Really easy knitting, relaxing knitting. Love it. Okay, that name's really bothering me now. Here's Handmade. Okay, I'm going in. I'm going in, people. I'm going in the book. This is my little knitting book here. Okay, I'll give myself 2 seconds. If I can't find it in 2 seconds, I'm not gonna waste your time. Nope, it's not happening. Nope, not today. Nope. She will have to be Martha Stewart today. Poor lady. Okay, no. Okay, it's Curious Handmade Anthology Throw. I will write it down below. Okay, so those are the blanket projects. All right, what else did I want to tell you? There's just one more thing. So this, I think it was, yeah, it was like in January, I found Lichen and Lace. I hope I'm saying it right. Lichen. Oh, could be lichen. L-I-C-H-E-N. Lichen. Okay, this is it. And Lace. She is a beautiful dyer, like I said, out of New Brunswick. And she has a sock train where you sign up, and every month you get one of her colorways in a finger weight yarn. So I did it for 4 months. One of them is going into that shawl that I started. And then I have these 3. So I'm just gonna show you them because they're so pretty. The first one I got was Peach Tea. And the second one is very similar, Potting Shed. I just thought they look pretty together, so I'm kind of saving these maybe to do something together because they'd like to be together. And then I got the one in the shawl, and then this was the last one, Marsh Sky. It's really pretty. It's a little bright for me, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. It could always be socks because it's a sock train, number 1. And number 2, that would look cute on my feet. Or who knows, maybe I will want to do it in a shawl. I don't know. Okay, so that was it. I stopped that. I find, like, I don't know, the time goes so fast that when you get a subscription and then you, like, you know, you get one and then 4 weeks later you get another and then 4 weeks later you get another, you're kind of like accumulating all this yarn, which I'm not complaining, but you're like, whoa, you know, I want to start using some of it. So I'm taking a break with that. I did get something that's coming in September. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that to tell you because it's very special and exciting, but it's not being delivered till September. So we don't have to talk about it today. No. Okay, so I think we're done. Thank you so much for all your comments. I tried to keep up with them, and they're really special. Your encouragement is always just so sweet, and I just love this community so much. This makes me so happy. Knitting makes me happy. I mean, there's just no way around that. Knitting makes me happy. But doing this makes me happy too. So leave a comment below. I love hearing what you guys are working on. Sometimes I like look things up when you tell me, oh, I'm working on this. And then I'm, ooh, that's nice. And I add it to my collection of, you know, in my Ravelry. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys have a really good 2 weeks, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.